Hey, I'm Joe Cornejo.
I'm Black Hyphy.
Hey, you may not know, but now you do. We are the Yadda Yadda Podcast. Yeah. Boop. That's right. Best damn podcast in the world. Up top. God damn, that was a great
Fuck you,
high
Joe
five.
Budden.
Fuck you, bitch.
Bitch.
Nah,
Don't send them peoples after us.
them peoples. You know what I'm saying? Hey, from one Joe to another, we all we got, brother.
It's the Joe to Joe connection.
You know what's better than one Joe?
2.
Yeah.
Put your yada yada over the best part.
Yeah, what up, Kansas City, y'all? We are here for another episode of the Yadda Yadda Podcast, the most dangerous podcast in Kansas City, y'all. It's the kid Joe Cornell. My homie Alex couldn't be here today, but he always here with us in spirit. But we do have the man behind the camera. Who are you, man?
Nelso.
Yes, sir. Nelson in the building. And not only are we here, but we also have a special guest on the pod. This is a special moment because it's our first guest in 2024. And who better? Because who's having a hotter start to 2024 in Kansas City than this lady to my right? Ladies and gentlemen, we got the one and only Sleazyworld Skyy in the building.
Hey y'all, what's up?
What's happening?
I'm happy to be here. How are you?
Good. Happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Nelson, how do you feel about her being here?
Hey, I can't, I'm speechless. Look, I'm caught up.
You heard me.
Caught up.
You know? Now, before we go down memory lane, Sleazyworld Skyy. Can I just call you Skyy?
Yes.
All right, we'll keep it simple, Skyy. So before we go down memory lane, because I realized recently that I have watched pretty much your whole trajectory up to this point. So it's actually pretty tight. I'm very excited for this. But let's just take it from the top of what's been going on in 2024. Because a lot's been happening for you, Skyy, in 2024. You just did your On the Radar freestyle. You know, the first artist on the podcast to get one. That's a big deal.
It is. It was so much fun. I feel blessed. It was a really cool opportunity. Everybody there, hella cool. Like the streams went crazy on it. It's on Spotify and on their Apple Music Radio now too. So that's dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, our whole team killed it. Switch's label, man. Shout out Switch's label.
Yeah, man. It's been a big year for you so far, 2024. You was in New York City for On the Radar. Now, On the Radar is super cool to me because I just think about all the people, all the artists that have gone to that platform and made a name for themselves. And you got to do that, have that same opportunity. Was that kind of surreal for you?
It was crazy because I remember seeing it when it first started popping. Like, damn, I want to get on there.
Yeah.
Like, every artist want to be on there. So it's like a full circle moment. Like, and then Sleaze actually gave them one of their plaques too. So one of the Sleazyworld plaques is in that building. So
Wow.
just knowing that Drake seen that is kind of cool to be like, damn, like
Right.
you can't not see it. So it's just dope to be a part of a team that's already like known and that people are already recognizing. So hell yeah.
Yeah, Switch's label is definitely like a collective that's on the rise very fast. Not only in Kansas City, but it's in the music world in general. So how's it feel being a part of that collective this early on and just seeing the rise of it all?
I love it. I feel like, as you know, with my career first, like I didn't have a team. Like I had people that supported me for sure, but as far as like a solid team that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the first
Behind
lady
you.
of
Yeah.
it. Like people are really pushing me.
Hold
like,
on. First lady of the
First lady
Switch.
of
The
the
first
label. First
lady.
lady.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
This ain't just anybody on the pod right now. This is the first lady of the Switch's label, Sleazyworld Skyy.
Yeah, it's dope as fuck though. Just to have that transition is just hella cool to me. Like having a solid team, it's just a different experience that I've always wanted, but I didn't know how it was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So when it did happen this way, I just felt super blessed. Like shout out to my CEO and shout out to Sleaze.
Did the timing feel right for everything? Like
It did.
Like
And
now was the perfect time for this to happen to you?
yes, and that's another crazy fact because I always like when they had their like their pop-up shows and did their open mics when they were down at the corner, Velvet Free, stuff like that. I went to those. Like I'm
Yeah.
even in some of Sleaze's old videos, like popping out looking cute type shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, like maybe they just not looking for a girl right now. Like when I was at all the other stuff and all their other shows that they did.
Yeah.
Because I performed for them before and nothing really happened or came from it yet. So I was just like, damn, maybe they don't like my style right now. Maybe they're just not looking for a girl. But then when I did the show for Juneteenth at the Truman.
Oh, no Fest.
That That
You know,
was the one that put me on.
I was gonna say because I remember that night. I remember running to you. I watched your
Mhm.
set, and then I caught you before you left, and you said to me, "Yeah, I'm about to go to the studio with Sleazy's manager, I believe, correct?"
2 eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then like a couple weeks later, you announced that you're part of the crew, and you go by Sleazyworld Skyy. Now I'm like, damn,
Yep.
was that the night it all really
That
happened?
was the night that all went crazy. Yeah, it was crazy as hell. Just putting in that work. He was doing camps at the time, so I was literally going to work, going straight to the studio, recording like every day. It was like a streak where I didn't not go to the studio for like 3 months.
Like every day,
Facts.
just getting
Every
putting that
day.
work in every
Every
day
day.
after work.
Yes, and now I don't got a job. Like I don't work
Okay,
no more,
you
I
know.
do music full time
You
now,
feel
so
me?
that's a huge blessing. You know, just God's timing for real. Cause you know, you have them times as an artist where you just feel like, damn, when is it gonna happen for me? When is it gonna happen? I'm doing you feel like you're doing everything that you possibly can, but I feel like once I kind of just enjoyed the moments more, that's when it happened for me, and that's when I had that conversation with Two Odds, and it just made sense. So
That's crazy. I didn't know you kind of been around that crew since their beginnings and their rise, and so now
they don't remember every moment of it, but
Yeah,
I do. You know?
was there. Like it made an impact on you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So you've been knew about the movement before it
Mhm.
actually went mainstream.
I remember like first seeing them on Facebook, like when they was doing the parties, still doing the shows and everything, like on his come up.
Mhm.
So that's just another dope thing to be a part of and to see. Like I've seen them do it from the ground up, and they're super successful. And just to be a part of a winning team is just dope as fuck.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I never knew this until they had like a media get together. A couple like right after Sleazy Flow took off,
Mm-hmm.
they had like a little media gathering from like radio personalities and DJs in the city. I didn't know the studio that they recorded Sleazy Flow was like 5 minutes away from my house at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, I didn't even know this studio was over here. Like, you would never know driving down that
Yeah.
road that there's a studio right there.
Yep, they got the studio that they had now. That's their studio. Couldn't be more proud of them. And then if Sleazy Flow, I think they recorded Sleazy Flow actually in the basement of the engineer who owns that studio. So
Really?
yeah, they've had crazy come up.
They did. It's just cool because like y'all all have had crazy come up to this
Mhm.
point.
Hell yeah.
So your come up is fascinating to me because in December somebody was asking me like, who do you want to interview in 2024 on the pod? And one of the people I brought up was you.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we talked about you, the more I realized like, yo, I really saw like your beginning as an artist to like this point. And then I just never knew until I was talking about it with them. I was like, wow, this is gonna be an interesting conversation. Because when I first heard about you, it was actually the same day we had our first Yadda Yadda showcase in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had a party early that day.
Yep.
And Kai and Ashawn were there.
Yeah.
And that's where I first met you.
Yeah.
And I think at the time you were doing parties and events.
Yes, I was doing hostings at first. I feel like that's kind of what started my career in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Just being connected with the artists already, like throwing those events, getting all the artists together, getting all the local brands, black-owned brands, things like that. And then, so when I did start doing music, everybody kind of already knew who I was from doing my hostings around the city.
Yeah, they knew your name, the face.
Mhm.
And then, like before you did music, you actually did a podcast, Hidden Gems,
Yep.
with my homie eBay.
Yep.
And then there was another guy on there. I'm not familiar with his name. Christian. Okay, yeah. And so you was dabbling in everything. You was doing a little bit of everything before you made that leap into music.
I knew this was the route I wanted to take. Like, I can't not see myself not doing music now because music has always been. I knew I just always wanted to be in the world of it because I've always done it in some form or fashion since I was a kid. So I knew that this was the industry that I wanted to be in. And then once I made my first song, I was just like, man, I should have been.
Doing this.
Like I always did poetry and like writing and play instruments, stuff like that, choir, all that type of stuff.
What instrument did you play?
Violin and piano.
Violinist, hold on. We got a real musician on the pod right now.
No, for real, yeah. Fun fact, like my grandpa, his name is Coleridge Taylor Parkinson. If y'all know, look him up. But he was,
What's his first name?
Coleridge.
Coleridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 4 last names, bro.
Coleridge Taylor Parkinson. Yeah, that's his name. But he's from Chicago, and then he lived in New York for most of his life. But he was a pretty well-known classical music composer. He does a lot of samples in today's music. Like, what's an example?
He's still with us?
He's not still with us.
Okay.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Love you so much.
Yeah.
But he was really the reason that me and my brother did so much music stuff because I feel like the trait kind of skipped over my mom. She just played,
Yeah.
she just played tambourine in church type shit. But like
Tambourine in church type
but
shit.
she made sure that we was involved in that type of stuff. But
She pushed y'all more than she.
Yes, definitely.
Mhm.
But the Bank Account song by 21 Savage, that doom doom doom.
The string?
That's I think originally it is strings, but
Mhm.
that's the sample that is originally from one of my grandfathers.
Wow.
Wow, look at that. Kansas City.
Kansas City for
Kansas
real.
City out here for
Oh
real.
God.
That's dope. So when
Thank
you
you.
decided to actually take that leap into music, like what was the moment where you're like, all right, I'm gonna do this? Like what made you want to
Honestly,
take that leap?
The leap was when I started writing my first song because I had songs written already, but I never recorded nothing. I just had stuff in my phone, like notes and stuff like that, like little stuff I had saved, like beats saved on SoundCloud that I just had in my head. But when I was like, okay, I'm about to drop a song for real, like I remember I went to FSP and it was the first song I
Shout out
ever
Steve.
recorded. Shout out to Steve, man. Love you, Steve. But it was the first song I ever recorded, and then I just sent it. I sent the file to all my friends,
Mhm.
and I sent it to people on Instagram that was questioning, like, what you about to do? You were starting recording now? Da, da, da. And then what I did was I just posted. I didn't post a snippet of the song on any platforms. I just sent it to everybody. And then I just started posting screenshots of everybody's reactions, like, oh, that's fire. Da, da, da. So then the people that didn't hear it was like, damn, what the fuck? Like, she's starting to rap now. Like, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. So then when it dropped, it went crazy. And then I was like, oh, yeah. Like,
This is it. We on now.
I'm like, hell yeah. They supporting me. And yeah, the song was tough. So I just kept going from there.
And then you started officially making music in 2019 or 2020?
2019.
2019. Okay.
Mhm.
So what was some early trials and tribulations you had to endure and overcome as an artist in the beginning of your career?
Really kind of the shows came kind of fast, I feel like, after I started dropping, in my opinion. I think I had dropped my first song. It was supposed to be out in December, but that first drop, when you put it on platforms, always delays a couple weeks.
Like
so,
2 weeks.
Yeah, so it ended up dropping in January, and then I had my first show in June, I think. I think it was another Juneteenth show at Union Station. I opened for K Camp. That was my
Oh,
first
I remember
show.
that show.
That was my first
I think
show.
Mary Wayne performed at that
She
too?
probably did.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of shows with Amira. So I think really the show part came kind of fast, but really building like a solid fan base and like a solid fan base of like listeners, because I feel like my support in the city and now like in a lot of other cities is building up really strong. But social media versus your actual streams can be a difference. So that was the biggest thing that I came across that was kind of a struggle for me at first, is kind of building up the streams, because I'll have 20K streams on like my Instagram video, you know, and it wouldn't match like what people was really going to on Spotify, Apple Music, stuff like that. But now seeing the growth in that, that's one of the biggest things that I'm proud of now. But I think that was the biggest struggle, like seeing all the support on my social media versus seeing the support in who is actually clicking on the music.
Yeah, who actually listening?
Mm-hmm.
I have something about that. So when you see the, I don't know, the different numbers, like the different, like you said, the DSPs and whatnot, do you lean into whichever one's the most popular, or do you try to just continue on consistency and just like put everything out on everything?
I still put everything out on everything regardless. And of course I focus on what's popping at the time for me, but I keep that strong, but I don't forget about the other platforms or what I need to work on. I'll just add that into my routine of stuff that I need to check every day or what I need to promote more. But I definitely still stay consistent in whichever one is already the peak or whichever one is at the highest, but I'll just add on little check marks and stuff that I need to go through.
Hell yeah.
Damn, so you was talking about how early on you were struggling to, you know, build that those consistent fan base and those consistent listeners. When you were coming up, did you notice like friends and family supporting your music, or did you have a hard time like, you know, convincing them to actually be a fan of what you're doing, as opposed to just like, oh, you're my homegirl, so I'm supporting you off that?
Yeah.
Like, was it a struggle to make them like actual fans, or were they just on board with your music right from the get go?
I feel like most of the people around me was on board from the get go. I ain't even gonna lie, because I feel like my support, my close, like my tight knit right here support team, they knew that I was serious. Like they knew this is what I wanted to do. So as far as my parents, they don't agree with all the lyrics sometimes, you know, but they support me. Like my mom is my #1 fan. Like she's came out to my shows in Atlanta, like all type of stuff. Like that's my girl. She always gonna support me. My dad kind of older, so he be in the mix too, but he
Yeah.
don't pop out like that.
Yeah, he
but
like, you good.
yeah, he
Y'all
support
gonna
me,
have
though.
fun.
Facts. But it really like outside my close knit friends that like I know personally, like hang out, talk on the phone with. Some of my supporters that I would call like my number one fans or whatever are complete strangers. So
How is that?
it's crazy. It's crazy. Like one time I was getting some weed up at Fresh Karma, and this girl was thinking like she like looked out the window at me, and not my immediate reaction and stuff like that. I'm adjusting because I'm like, the fuck is she
When you
looking
looking
at?
at-
Like,
yeah, like,
you know, like what
fuck
the
is your
fuck is she
problem?
looking at? Or like, who is this nigga staring at me? Type shit.
Yeah.
But then they be like, "What's up, Sky? Sleazyworld Skyy?" And I'm like, "Oh shit."
I
Then
am popular.
kind
out
of,
here.
you know. But that shit be crazy to me. Like people will stop me and start singing my lyrics or like
Just in
Cup-
the middle of like anything.
just anything. Like I went to Popeyes the other day looking busted as fuck, and they was like, "Oh shit, you Sleazyworld Skyy," and I was like, "Oh shit,
Oh, no.
like I look
Oh,
crazy,
no.
I look crazy." But that type of shit really, that's those situations. They happen at the most crazy times. Like they happen when I'm feeling down or like, damn, like I had a rough ass day today or something didn't go right, and then those are like little reminders, like, girl, you popping your shit? Are you doing shit in the right way? Like
You
people
know.
are still supporting you. So I be needing that.
A bad day doesn't mean it's a bad life.
A bad day does not mean it's a bad life.
Yeah.
Facts, big facts.
That's hilarious. You was just in Popeyes. Like I wasn't on
Man.
10 that
What'd you
day.
order?
I get the ghost pepper wings.
Oh yeah,
Like,
type shit. Yeah,
fire. Ghost
Yeah.
pepper wings. Fire.
They garlic parmesan is low key kind of hitting too.
I ain't tried those. They
yeah,
gas.
yeah. I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Popeyes?
Yeah.
Damn.
They wings is smacking
too
right
good.
Hold
now.
on, they got
It's too
wings
good.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they
it's
not
too
just
good.
serving the chicken?
What?
Like they serving like wings,
Wings.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like flats and drums.
Flats and
Yeah.
drums.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Shit fire.
wings and things, wings? Like flavor?
They're more like trying to go after Wingstop.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. Little-
Yeah.
Okay.
What are the best wings from chains?
Ooh,
Ooh.
what's your favorite? The peanuts wings be too big.
The peanuts.
That's a whole ass
They
bird
don't
on
got
the plate.
like flavors though. I mean, I could just play it safe and go Wingstop, like,
Mm.
or Wings and Things.
Wings and
Mhm.
things is fire.
The thing about Wingstop is their fries. I know it's about wings, but they fries are nasty. I do not like their
is
fries.
nah,
They
Yeah.
nasty, bro.
I can pass on the fries.
I feel like you like them shits, Joe.
Fries?
Yeah.
I like finger food.
I gotta have
though.
my ranch.
Like,
I'm saying the Wingstop fries. You like those with the sugar on them?
nah.
You don't like them?
Nah, I don't want no sugar
They
on my
They
fries.
literally
do got
have
like
sugar
a
on
little
them.
sweet
Yeah.
something on them.
There's something on them. I'm like, bro, this is fucking trash.
Nah.
I got the best chicken,
We got the best chicken.
just in general.
Like
like-
fast food chain?
Yeah,
I like
let's go there.
churches.
See,
Nah.
Nah, what you gonna say,
can't.
Popeyes?
Popeyes.
I think it's Popeyes.
The biscuits
bro.
at Popeyes are fire.
And then
Yeah.
if we want to go another route, I'm going to Chick-fil-A. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I
Church's-
love Chick-fil-A.
The Church's biscuit is good. I like the Church's biscuit because
The
it
honey in the
comes.
biscuit?
Come with the little.
Yeah.
See, I had to stop myself. What am I describing?
Yeah, hey, yo.
Yeah,
Relax.
it comes glazed. No,
Comes glazed.
It does come. It does.
It
come
does.
glazed.
all right, I'm gonna shut up. Y'all go.
Actually, so since we just kind of on topic of just getting to know you a little bit more, I think you're a fan of anime, right?
Yes.
Okay, so like just give us a little insight on what your favorite anime is
Ever
ever.
Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter. Okay.
That's my number one.
So I'm actually new in the anime world.
Mhm.
So I just started. My roommates put me on, and they started me on Attack on Titan,
Fire.
and then I just finished JJK.
Fire.
Yeah. So and then they're trying to get me on Full Metal Alchemist.
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the right one to watch. You can watch them.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's been cool. I like JJK a lot. Like, that
That
ending was crazy.
Yeah, it's
yo.
fire.
I was like, how
Did
y'all-
you watch Demon Slayer?
Nah, not yet.
Ooh, Demon Slayer, one of them ones on the new school joints. Demon Slayer got it on lock. It's won like best animation since it's been out from like Crunchyroll and everything.
Yeah.
It's fire as fuck. It start crazy. You gonna be like, damn.
Like immediate. I mean, because
Imme-
Attack on
out the
Titan was
box.
crazy, yo.
Yeah,
Like, Attack on Titan was a
crazy.
crazy beginning.
I love anime.
When did you start getting into that? And that subculture.
Really, with my brother growing up, doing what he do, watching what he watch. He's 8 years older than me, so
Mm.
when I was 8, he was 16, and I'm just following him around, watching what they call like Tsunami on Adult Swim,
Oh, yeah.
After Hours type shit. So that's really how I got into it. he was into like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and all that. I'm not as into those.
Yeah.
But as far as like watching the shows and everything, that's kind of how I started.
Motherfuckers getting their ass whooped. You have my attention.
Like
You
watching
know?
Bleach late as fuck, like Dragon Ball, like all the old school classics.
Mm-hmm. That kind of just like, snowballed into the
Hell
fan
yeah.
you are today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all excited for that Netflix Airbender?
No.
Live action?
My thing with that is I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like love. So when they did that, they came out with a live action movie a couple years back.
Yeah, that was
It was
horrible.
Yeah,
so
and-
bad.
So is this new one gonna be a live action?
It's
It
live
is.
action,
So
but
they're
it's
doing another live action.
but it's from the creators of
That
it-
actually
like
made
the
it.
other one was like M. Night Shyamalan. It
Really?
wasn't.
M Night fucked that up.
Yeah,
It was not good.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. M Night Shyamalan botched that.
literally.
That's
Botched bad.
crazy. He dropped the
hate it.
ball. M
Yes.
Night.
Like if you're gonna do Avatar: The Last Airbender live, it gotta be right. Like so, this better. I'm hoping and praying. From the previews, it looks decent to me.
Mm-hmm.
But
So your hopes are somewhat decent.
yes, I love Avatar. Like that's like a comfort show.
Okay.
I go back and turn that on.
You know, so we need something on in the background.
Yeah,
Feel
I go
good.
Oh God, I go
You
to
know?
Avatar for real.
Scott just posted up at the crib. It's like, Airbender.
No, for real. I swear, I'm really a big ass kid, y'all. Like that shit. I love cartoons. I'll never stop watching cartoons.
Never. There's really no need to stop watching them for real. Like,
Literally.
I don't know why we just agreed as a generation. Yeah, we just gonna stop.
Like,
Like,
what?
you still watch SpongeBob?
The old one. I don't like the
the new one's a little weird, but
Yeah.
like, because you can tell like how polished it is,
Mhm.
animation wise. Like if it's old or new.
Yeah. The old joints, hell yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't watch the new ones.
Yeah, it got a little weird.
It did.
But
They're doing too much.
yeah, I think we got off the train the best time. You know what I'm saying? We still there though. We still
Facts.
holding it down. So speaking of traveling and whatnot, so you said you performed in Atlanta. Your mom came down.
hmm
Was that your first time in Atlanta? 'Cause you had a show down in Atlanta, correct?
Yes, and that was my first time. As an adult, that was my first
Okay.
time there. I've been there
Or
as
as a
kid.
performer?
Yes, I've been there as a kid before, but it was a fun experience. I met a lot of cool people out there, a lot of dope artists. I wouldn't live there.
You wouldn't
If I
live in Atlanta?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Not if I like now. If I was already where I wanted to be all the way, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's just so busy out there, and like,
Are you a little more of a slower pace kind of person? Like not like a fast city like New York or Atlanta.
oh, I love Houston. I would go Houston.
Is Houston fast paced?
Houston fast paced to me.
But
I
it's so
love
spacious
Houston.
though,
It is a little bit more
compared
spacious,
to like
but
Atlanta or New York.
I feel honestly, I think it just depends on what you're there for. Like,
Mhm.
if I'm in grind mode and I'm there to work every day. Like, for example, if I was on the same time I was like when I first signed, like at the studio every day type shit, then okay, I could go down there for that type shit. But if I was already cool, like I don't think
Like if you was already established, like I'm not going to Atlanta, I'm not moving to
I
Atlanta.
wouldn't go down there. I don't know. It's just
Is it only good if you're trying to make it or you haven't had your break yet, as opposed to like I'm already established in my artistry? So
I would say that in a certain way, yeah. Like I don't know, it's just a kick it city, like
yeah,
you know. And I don't really even like going to the clubs like that no more, unless it's out of town. So I feel like there I'll be burnt out kind of fast.
yeah. Because
Why don't you like the clubs?
I mean, that'd be cool. I feel like I done so much stuff already. Like I started going to the clubs young, so
You
I
had
started
that
traveling
that
young.
fake ID?
I never had a fake
Fugazi?
ID.
Never
I
needed
never
one?
had a fake
Or
ID.
You started like
I just
going
got
at
in that
21?
bitch.
You got in?
Yeah.
Just walk
I
through.
thought
started
we
going
doing
to the
Kansas City?
clubs. I started going.
What the fuck
I
are we
started
doing?
going to the clubs like 19. Not super
Okay,
young
alright.
then,
Yeah.
but like
That's acceptable. I'm thinking
You know-
16 in the back or something.
Hey yo,
nah. I mean,
Yo.
I just started
Child out
doing
here.
shit like
Yeah.
young. Like senior year of high school is my favorite year. My mama probably gonna watch this. Senior year of high school is probably my favorite year because we did so much shit. We did so much shit we was not supposed to be doing.
Yo.
Like I was telling my mom, like, "Oh, I'm going to I'm gonna stay tonight, Cheyenne house." Okay.
not
we
going to
say-
Cheyenne's house.
We at Mizzou homecoming. Like
Mhm.
we lit as fuck. Like, we was lit as fuck. So we just did a lot
Yo.
of bullshit like that, and that's probably why I don't drink no more for real either. I used to drink.
You don't even drink no more.
I don't drink. For
You used to
real.
be turned on IG.
I used to.
Yo,
Yeah.
Bro,
you was turned on.
This
I was like, one
nigga
of your
tryna
birthday
expose
parties,
people.
you had a
I
lot.
was
You was like, you and your
turned.
homegirls were just going crazy.
We was lit in that bitch, but I'd be high as fuck.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll still take a shot or like
but you're not going crazy.
Nah, I'm not.
And I don't
not
think
looking
you,
for
like
real.
the Sleazy crew don't even partake in that stuff, do
They
they?
don't. Nah,
I know
they don't
Sleazy
drink like that.
Go doesn't drink or smoke.
No, he don't drink or smoke. We'll take some shots type shit, but everybody be high.
Yeah, nobody
be high as
overdoing it.
Mm-mm. Be chilling.
And honestly, that's cool because it's like you don't make as many bad decisions like, high as you would be drunk.
That's facts. That's fact. You be feeling good. You be
Yeah.
feeling too good to make a bad decision.
It's just delayed. It's like,
It's just
it's like,
delayed
what the fuck was
gratification.
I in this room for?
No,
What did
for
I come in
real.
here for?
Facts.
That's great. So when it comes to like performing in the city, like Atlanta or going to New York, was that your first time in New York?
No, my dad is from Brooklyn,
Oh, that's
so
right.
yeah, we
Yeah,
used to
okay.
go out there like every summer.
Okay. But then when you went to New York for On the Radar, did you perform anywhere else that while you were out there?
Yeah, we did. They had us on. Shout out to CEO, man. Shout out to Two Eyes. He put us on so many platforms out there. We met a lot of TikTokers. You know, they do like the finish the freestyle shit like that. So
Yeah.
we got put on a lot of those on TikTok. We did at least like 4 or 5. So it was really a networking trip just to get our names out there on more platforms. We didn't do like shows, but those live performances, we racked those up out there like back to back to back. Every day we had at least 2 or 3 something things to do. Like
Mhm.
going to we went to the SoundCloud building out there, Audio Mac, met all they big CEOs and the people that work for them. So it was dope as fuck. Like really good networking.
So when you go out to these cities and you go to these events where they have you perform,
Mm-hmm.
and this is your first time in these cities or like performing for these cities, like how are you feeling in those moments? Like, are you nervous? You excited? Are you eager to just get out there and show what you got?
I feel great. People ask me that a lot too. Like, do you ever get nervous on these big stages, big or small stages? I never get nervous. I feel like part of that is because my mom had me playing violin at 4 years old, like rehearsals, practices, track practice every day, like stuff like that. So I've always had to do stuff since a kid that was in front of large crowds.
Mhm.
But now I'm doing something that's mine. Like,
Yeah, like
it's,
your
you know,
thing.
like, yeah, it's my thing, but I don't get nervous. It could be Beyonce in the crowd. I'm going to show out.
It's like, watch this, B.
Yeah, like, I'm going to show out. Like, but I love performing, though. Like, I love what I do. So I feel like that takes away kind of the nervousness of it because at the end of the day, I know I'm having a good time. So,
And that's all it comes down to.
mhm.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
And you actually just performed at the Uptown, right? For
Yes.
Sleazy's birthday
Yep,
party?
Yep, we had the Sleazy Day at Uptown.
Damn, so you
That
did
was lit.
the Truman and Uptown like within a year.
Yeah, the only places that I have not performed at in the city is the T-Mobile Center and
Midland?
and Midland. Yep, those are the only stages I haven't touched yet.
How was that Uptown show? 'Cause that was
Uptown
that was
was
a birthday
lit.
bash, right?
Yep, that was the birthday bash. It was super fun meeting all the artists that they brought in town and being on that stage for the first time was just dope. Especially like growing up in KC, like you go to the shows that everybody like. Tyler the Creator coming here all the time. You know,
Yeah.
you remember them days like.
Yeah, he used to go to Midland.
All the time.
Yeah.
And I never missed one of those shows. So it was really like, and then for example, with Uptown for a Sleazy Day Bash, K Camp was here for that.
Yeah.
So that was like a full circle moment for me because my first show,
Wow.
my first show, I opened for K Camp and now I'm sharing the stage with him. Like, it's just dope as fuck. Like, I had to think about it like, damn, like, because when I said what's up to him and everything, I was like, damn, that's K Camp. That's what's up. And then I was like, oh
K-Camp.
shit! Like I was like, damn, I opened for him like 2-3 years ago at Union Station. Like, damn, now I'm backstage with him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Did he remember?
Threw that,
yeah,
threw
like,
that throw in the bash.
it's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, it'd be a lot of full circle moments for me where I'll be realizing like God's timing is important. Like every time that I think something is supposed to go a certain way, that might not be the right way. So
Mhm.
yeah.
And so how long? Go ahead. You got something?
No, you go.
So you started in 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you've been rapping for about maybe a little under 5 years.
Yeah, I think so. Man, it is 2024 now, so yeah, I've had a lot of songs be recorded, but I only had like maybe like 6 or 7 songs really on platforms
Mm-hmm.
since that time before I was with Switch to the label. So a lot of my success I feel like is from me posting snippets and people wanting me to do more, wanting me to post more. So I think it's just crazy how life happens and how time be working.
Yeah, it happens. Like I feel like I'm just witnessing it happening, like right in front of me,
Mhm.
just like as a witness.
Yeah.
And this be wild. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And I feel like something else that really helped me early on was the shows. Like, it was a time where I didn't miss a show. Like, every time somebody asked me to do one, whether it was at a real venue or if it was at, like, Boulevard, like a club, more of a club type vibe. Like I didn't miss a show. I was doing every show that they put me on, and I feel like that's really what helped boost me up in the city because it'd be different type of people in those places. Like you're gonna have a different crowd at the Roxy Bar or something like that from Boulevard Nights. Like people are actually going to those music venues for the music versus going to the club to go to the club type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Performing.
Yeah, so it's like those type of situations and those type of events I feel like is what really helped my name get around the city more because you want to tap into all those different type of audiences. You'll think you'll know somebody or somebody knows of you and they don't. So
actually, yeah. So speaking of that, so when you go to a club and you're performing at a club, and like you said, sometimes people that go to clubs are just going to the club to go to the club.
Right.
And so like when you get on that stage you're performing and you see it's clearly that the crowd is not interacting with the performances going on. Like how do you as a performer gain their attention? Like what would you do in those moments?
You just gotta turn them up. Like I ain't gonna even lie, I done had those shows where it's like wasn't nobody. I won't even say wasn't fucking with me, but you know, like they was just like, oh, she cool. Like I ain't really here for this type shit. You gotta. It don't matter. You gotta still get out there and show your ass anyway. I don't even give a fuck if they was all turning the other way. Like you just gotta go crazy because it could be that one person that was all the way in the back, that was somebody manager, or that was looking for the next blah blah blah. Like it don't matter. You just gotta go out there, turn up regardless.
You heard me?
It really don't matter. Like
Yes,
you never know. Like even those small stages, I've done shows where it was only 10 people outside, you know, or 10 people in the crowd. It don't matter. You still got to go as hard as if it was 10,000 people. So I just do that every time. I always keep that in mind.
Just give it your all every time?
Every time.
Every time.
So 5 years in the game, right? What is something that you wish you would have learned sooner that you know now? That is just like standard. It could even be like some mental health shit.
That's a good question. I would say if I could tell anybody, I would tell them not to rush or just and to enjoy themselves because you'll lose yourself trying to make it or trying to get to the next point or trying to level up, and you'll forget like, damn, I love making music. So it's like I would tell anybody to just enjoy the moments that they do have. Don't rush it. Like whatever is supposed to happen in your life is gonna happen. It might not be your time. It might be God's timing. So I would just say, don't forget why you're doing whatever you love. And yeah, I would say, don't forget why you're doing what you love.
Sound like a message to me.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord. Oh, God.
So we just got these sound effects. So we trying to figure this out.
Message.
There we go. All right. It's number
Message is two.
It's two. All right.
Two.
We all learned that on the fly. All right. Fire. So
This nigga did every sound.
I know. I was like, it's one of these buttons. I swear it is. But so yeah, we look back on your music when you first started compared to what you're doing now. Like, what improvements would you go back and offer yourself from today's perspective?
Man,
if you could go back to when Skyy first started making music.
Man, people still when I be looking on my like when you set up all your artist platforms and everything like that, you get emails like you can see your streams weekly. So I'm be looking on there now like. My new music is still doing really good, but I'm like, who is listening to my old shit still? Because I be feeling like, bro, that shit stuck. Like, you know, I be like, I've gotten so much better. So it's like, y'all still be slapping that. That's crazy to me. So I don't know. I feel like the older music that I have has improved. My delivery has gotten a lot better. Like, I feel like I always had the bars, but my delivery compared to what it is now was weaker than it was strong. Yeah. So that'd be something funny. Like people still be listening to Sky Blue, like all my old stuff. I'm just like, bro,
who is doing it?
Like y'all streaming that shit. Like I just feel like my stuff now is so much better. But that's part of
your growth.
Yeah, it's part of your growth. So you know, I think it's still dope that people still listen and stream my old stuff. But that's the biggest difference that I can tell. I feel like I've always been a strong writer, but my delivery has improved dramatically.
Yeah. Damn. So, as an artist, and especially when it's on the rise, you know, you're getting to the point now where you're getting a lot of eyes on you, a lot of eyes that may not be from people you're familiar with or you know on a personal level. So when you start getting that attention, and you know, with social media, everybody has access to you. Everybody can tell you how they feel. You know, if you know, how do you handle sometimes like the people that may not have always the most nicest or positive things to say about you on social media, about your music?
Fuck them.
You
It
heard
don't
me?
even matter.
You know, it don't even matter. Look at that camera.
Fuck them. It really don't matter. Like, it really don't matter because I'm gonna be honest. Like, when you get those hating comments or like the feedback that's not as positive as an artist would want,
Mm-hmm.
it literally just turn you up more. Still, like the shares of people saying, "Oh, she or
Mhm.
the comments, "Oh, blah blah blah." You still commenting. You still sharing it. Somebody is still clicking on my shit.
Yeah.
So it's like that shit doesn't even. It don't matter to me. Like sometimes reading through it, it's like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like
whatever.
But it's music, so it's like everybody is gonna have an opinion. That's the field that I chose. That's not. I didn't choose to do something that's right or wrong. So it's part of what comes with it.
So is your CEO who you go to for advice? Like, hey, musically, like, hey, I want to try this, or what'd you think
Yep.
of this?
Yep, he's the one because he does that. He develops artists. That's what he does. So that's the person to ask those questions to. He knows what the industry want to hear. He knows what's gonna flop, what's popping right now. He knows all that shit. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the one.
And it's a good time for female artists, man, because you guys have just like definitely been holding it down for some years now. Like
Yeah.
y'all been making waves in the 2020s, doing it big. So how would you say your experience has been like as a female artist in pretty much a male dominated industry of like music
Mhm.
in these 5 years that you've been a part of it?
I love it. I like, cause I don't mind being with the guys. You
Now,
know what I'm saying?
a lot of my homies fuck with you. Like, you know, I know you and Rue Hart are really close,
Mhm.
and my homie Rico
Yeah,
as well.
hell yeah.
Like, I've seen you was like with them three or them two before, and I'm
Yep.
like, oh, they know Sky, okay. And
Hell
they've been like,
yeah.
they like very loud supporters of yours.
They are. Shout out to them. Shout out to Rue Hart and shout out to Rico Slim. But it's really just, I'm gonna be honest. I have a clique of girls in the city that also do music that I know support me 10 toes. Like I support them 10 toes. Like girls are kind of catty sometimes, you know. It's not always the same love and support both ways. So that's just kind of one of the trials and tribulations that you go through as being a female artist. Like I feel like guys are just, if I was a male artist and another male artist didn't like me or some weird shit like that, it wouldn't be, you know, you wouldn't be able to feel, you wouldn't feel it as much. You know what I'm saying?
usually
Like
just-
girls are more, we women, like this is part of the game. But I feel like once you know you got support from both genders, I
Mhm.
feel like that doesn't make you any better of an artist. It just expands your audience. Like you just know you can cater to different types of listeners. But me personally, I think I do pretty well on both ends. It's just a preference thing, really. I guess on your
shit,
style
I'm
of
navigating
music.
smoothly.
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else doing out here. Like, I'm
No,
cool.
for real. But that should be cool though. It should be cool. I ain't ran into nothing too crazy yet.
That's good. Hopefully it stay that way. Like
Facts.
it'd be crazy if we just find out like 5 years from now you got beef with Nicki Minaj.
Like
Like,
no,
yeah.
I love her. I
Like,
love Nicki Minaj.
That'd be so cool. I'm like, wow, I was literally interviewing Sky like 5 years ago. Like, that's crazy.
I love Nicki.
She would have never believed this.
No, for real.
So I remember like a few years ago. This is like some years. I remember you tweeted that you met Megan Thee Stallion once, and you said when you met her, it was like looking at yourself in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what was that moment for you in that time?
It was dope as fuck. It was at Astro World. Was it the first year? Yeah, it was. For the record, I've never missed the Astro World. I love Travis Scott. And I've gotten backstage every year except for the last one, which is crazy.
Damn.
With just a regular ticket. I have impeccable luck at shows. Like, it's always something. Like, before I started putting music out, I always something. I don't know. Every show is just something happened. But yeah, that show, she pulled me on stage, but I had to go all the way around.
It's a
So,
big ass stage. Too.
It was a big ass
That's a
stage
big
down there in
stage.
Houston.
Do you have a video of him?
I do. But not of us like actually talking though, just like me.
You on stage?
Yeah.
Send that shit to us.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. I'll send
Yeah.
it to y'all. But it's crazy because I was in such a rush to get back there. I think that was like
2019.
2018,
Is that the first one?
Yeah, that was the first one. So yeah, because
She just started popping.
She just started popping, and Astro World came out in 2018, I believe. So I ran backstage. I actually stepped on Travis Scott's shoe. He had on a blue and yellow jacket, and it was hard as fuck because everybody didn't think he was there yet. So I was like,
My bad.
oh shit, like my bad, Trav, like you straight. But that was it. Like he was already getting pushed by security because all these people was trying to get on stage to get to Meg. So then I just got up there, had a good time. I got to talk to her for like a brief moment. I told her my name. She probably don't remember. I mean, I wouldn't
Who
expect
knows?
her to
Like,
remember,
I mean,
but I had a brief moment. I just was like, my name is Sky. I was Sky Callie that song. I'm Sky Callie, and you know, I be doing my shit. And she's like, oh, that's dope.
That's
And then, yeah, that's dope.
You go,
and
girl.
she smelled hella good, y'all. She smelled like cocoa butter and flowers. And she had been up there dancing her ass off for a minute. And I'm like, she smelled good as fuck. And then that was it.
That's
So
tight.
I didn't have a long interaction with her, but I remember that shit. I will never forget that shit.
So I have to ask, like, how do you feel about what's going down right now? You don't have to pick no sides. Just say how do you feel generally about this, the whole thing? Because I don't want to get you in trouble or nothing. So
I
you
feel
ain't gotta
like-
pick no sides. We're not here to do that.
I feel like the internet should know less.
I think we should all know less about each other. Like, I think we'd all be better people and we'd all be happier with each other if we just knew a little less.
Yeah, just a little less.
Just a little bit. We could
Yeah.
be open, just a little bit less.
Yeah.
You know? That's that.
Message.
You feel me? That's that.
Thanks.
But so how has it been? You know, because I feel like with the Sleazy crew,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like they're like definitely one of the hotter acts, like amongst the younger generation, Gen Z. Like Sleazy
yeah.
World, like is one of the few artists I feel like that has a tremendous amount of pull. Like if he shows up anywhere in Kansas City and people find out, like it's gonna swarm.
It's fun. Yeah.
And I feel like he gets that attention like everywhere because Sleazy Flow was just such a huge song for like the younger generation. So you being the first lady of that movement, how is it just seeing like it all up close and personal and you being a part of that?
It's crazy. I'm proud of them. They've really been popping their shit and working hard. And then when you work with them one-on-one and I really got to know them personally, it's like I really respect and can see the growth, 100 times more because I actually know what's going on now. So it's like, it's just dope. They work their asses off and they deserve everything that's happened. Like all the positivity and all the love in the city and everything like that. It's really inspiring too because it's like he from here. So
Yeah. And actually it's crazy because a little fun fact of like for Kansas City about like the Sleazy Flow song is that song came out the same night we had the Yadda Yadda album listening party here, October 15th in 2022. So I was like, damn, that was just a busy day for the city.
it was a bit. Hey,
I mean, we didn't do it like that, but we was doing it
but
big.
y'all
that
got
night.
busy.
You heard me? You know what
Y'all
I'm saying?
got busy.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Hell yeah.
We didn't know what was also happening in Kansas City at that same day.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, it's just cool to see. And the thing about I fuck with Sleazy is that I don't think people really give him credit as like a lyricist.
No, he
I
be
think
saying,
he really
people really
cold.
gotta listen to what the fuck he be saying. Like
He be getting some bars off for real.
facts. I feel like most of his music, like the beats be so tough and like, or the hook is so
Like
hard.
John Morant was crazy.
Yeah, that was a good
John
one.
Morant was crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely don't take away from his lyricism at all. Like he definitely be saying some shit.
Yeah, he be saying some cold shit. And he low key racking up some features out here.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
You got a little Tyler feature he just did.
he started crazy. Like having Lil Baby as your first
Major feature.
major feature is insane.
And then Offset immediately right after.
Crazy. G Herbo.
G Herbo.
K Kim.
Polo G.
Polo G. Yeah, he has some crazy shit.
Yeah, y'all definitely going up, man. And I think don't y'all got a song together? You and Sleazy World go?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not
Okay,
yet.
what was that? Were y'all just in the studio together in that video?
Probably. Yeah.
And he was like, we weren't even supposed to do all that. We weren't even supposed to do all that.
all the time, man. All the time. But yeah, we just we help each other out as a team. Like as a label, if he in one of my sessions, like, or if I'm in one of his sessions, that's like class to me type shit. Like I listen to how he do stuff or how 2 Wise tell him to do something or, shit like that. And I just take notes of like, okay, I can try to do that better in my next session.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you look at his creative process as an artist and look at yours as an artist, like how would you compare them? Like what does he do that you may not do or that you want to add to yours?
Sleaze, he can punch in quicker than I can. He can come up with stuff pretty on the spot, like a little bit faster, which is something I want to get better at. Like his freestyling is pretty up there, so that's something that I want to work on. Just recording a little bit fast, not necessarily recording faster,
Making it more
but-
efficient?
Yeah, but just making it a little bit more efficient. I would say he really good at that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you write your lyrics or do you punch them in as
See,
well?
that's crazy. So I used to, when I recorded at the other studio before I was with Switches, I used to have limited time type shit. So I knew I had like 2 hours, 3 hours.
FSP.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
FSP.
like time.
Sometimes even just a 1 hour block where I'm just like, I just need to go in here and just knock something out real quick. So I did not play in that motherfucker. Like I made sure I had all my lyrics done. Like I didn't like to go in there and freestyle.
See?
If I knew,
And that's how you gonna do it. You heard me? That's how you gotta do it. If you gonna pay for
Yeah.
studio time,
If you don't pay for studio time, you better go in that bitch ready. Don't waste nobody's time. That's my big
once
thing.
again, man,
Don't show up late either.
Don't show up late. Don't waste nobody's time.
you wasting your own time and money at that point.
Facts. So when I was recording at FSP, I just always make sure I had my lyrics down. Or if I knew I was going, for example, I had a 4-hour block, I would do my first stuff that I had written in the first 2 hours, and then I'd be like, okay, I got some extra time. Let me try a little freestyle now, or let me try to just finish up some old shit just off the dome type shit. But now we got our own studio, so it's like I go to sleep with that bitch if I want to type shit, you know?
Wake up and get right back to it.
And go right back to it. And I'm so grateful for that. And I just feel so blessed because I didn't have my own team or my own,
Mhm.
But now it's a little different because my CEO will be on my ass. Like if he'll pick a beat out fast and be like, oh, I like this for you. Go get in the booth. And I'll just be like, all right, fuck it. Like,
it's what we're doing.
I'll just come up with something on the spot, or I'll kind of jot a little bit on my phone and then kind of go from there, or I'll just freestyle it. But now I don't write as much as I used to when I was like first starting music.
Mhm.
But I feel like I've learned to still have the punchlines and to still have the same creative process in the booth versus actually sitting out and writing, or like being in a different space and like getting my lyrics out that way. But
Yeah,
it's dope.
dope. So, is there anything as an artist, like element or aspect of you as an artist, that you still want to improve on and craft and hone on?
I feel like I can still improve in almost every area, for real, for real. Like, I won't say I've mastered anything yet. I think freestyling I can still get better at, for sure. Just like that off on the dome, like
You talking about really freestyle?
like really freestyling, because you know how I go, like on some platforms, somebody will say it's a freestyle and they really wrote it or whatever,
Yeah.
because people have different descriptions of what a freestyle is.
Yeah.
But just going in there, I would say, in my opinion, when I'm recording something, a freestyle is like just no phone, for real.
So she said no Drake, like
Yeah.
no blue, no Blackberry,
yeah.
no famous Blackberry
Yeah, like-
behind the drink.
Like no phone, or just going in there and just going bar for bar. Ain't nothing wrong with going in and freestyling and, all right, take that last bar off, I want to say something else. That's still freestyle to me, like, but just getting better at that type, being, like we were saying, being more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But I say that's a good area that I would still like to improve on. And then just spreading my music out more, like getting more fans everywhere. It's crazy when I was looking at that, right after On the Radar, I was looking at all my analytics on what cities was listening to me the most. I had like 20 plays in Japan.
Yo.
And I was like, so them little 20,
Shibuya?
I was like, Japan, like, I want to go to Japan so bad because y'all know, I'm, like we were just saying, I'm so big on anime. They
Yeah.
got the Mario Kart in the real street, all that shit.
Yo,
I
what?
love sushi.
Yeah,
like,
they got
they have
a
live
Nintendo
Mario
land,
Kart
basically.
racing.
The Nintendo land.
Yes,
God,
yes.
Japan have all the cool shit.
They got all the cool shit, but I thought that was so dope. Like,
I'm scared to go
even
there,
those
man.
little 20 plays, like, I was grateful as fuck for them 20 plays overseas. Like, shit like that really makes me, it could have been one play. You know what I'm saying? Like,
One person just loved it 20
yeah,
times.
like, shit like that, I really be feeling grateful and blessed. Like, somebody somewhere
You know,
is listening.
it shows that it's working.
Facts.
In the U.S., where I like how you. In the U.S., what's the next highest city out of KC?
It fluctuates between, like, Philly and Houston.
Okay.
Philly, you got the
Well, it
Philly
looks like you
going
got to
crazy.
reach out to somebody
Philly
out
and
there.
Houston. Yeah, hell yeah. And Chicago is usually in my top 5 too. Denver is another big one. And Seattle is another big one. Like, those, like, music cities, like, I feel like Denver is probably on a lot of people's because everybody high as fuck out there. Everybody want to catch a good vibe. Like,
You know?
it's not a flyover city. Everybody goes to Denver to
Red
perform.
Rocks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why that's probably in my mix too. But Seattle is a little shocker to me. I'm like, who the hell up there?
Mm-mm.
You know,
But you
they
never
do got
know.
they are a big music city.
Yeah.
So
So you just never know. But I say, like, those are usually the ones, like, that fluctuate the most in my top 5.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
damn, so you really kind of like low key getting out of here.
Low key.
Low key getting out of here, yo. I might not even see you in the
Low-key,
city a year
yo.
from now.
Man, I don't know.
So
I don't know.
So you say you don't want to live in Atlanta if you didn't
Mm-mm.
have to.
If I didn't have to.
So let's say like the Sleazy crew is like, all right, we making a business move. We
Mhm.
going to like LA. You moving
LA
to
is
LA?
cool. I can fuck with LA. I wish the food was better.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. I think everybody in LA would.
But I could
They
fuck
be,
with
boy,
that.
they be bragging about their barbecue like y'all don't even
Man,
know.
hell
Y'all don't
no.
Is that
even
real,
know
though?
Yes,
what
that is a
barbecue
real
is.
thing out there, like LA barbecue. Man,
LA
They really be
barbecue.
talking like that.
man,
fuck
that
they
shit's so
cooking out of?
ass. I don't even fuck, man.
It's
Nah,
vegan
don't even
barbecue.
get me started.
Vegan
because it's
barbecue.
Not right. Like
It's
I don't
like-
like when the Texas shit.
Yeah.
Texas barbecue don't got shit on us either.
Literally. The only thing that would maybe compare,
Memphis?
I think, is like like
Memphis.
Tennessee.
I would give it to.
Mhm.
I will give it to them because I've had some,
Yeah.
and that shit
Yo,
cool. That shit cool. That
LA
shit cool.
motherfuckers try to talk to me about barbecue.
No,
Get the fuck out of here.
Like, nigga,
No.
shut up.
I'm not even hearing that.
at all.
Literally.
There's no comparison.
Nah.
How we doing on time, C?
We
52?
All right.
Go for,
Peace.
what do you think?
can probably get 10 more.
All right.
All right. End it on a cool hour.
All right.
So yeah, you moved to LA, but
I would go to LA.
okay.
I'll go to LA. I'll go to Miami. New York get too cold. I hate being cold. I don't know. I would really go anywhere if it was right. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind living in Atlanta. It's just like, nah.
It's just is Atlanta just too small for you as a city? Because I heard Atlanta's
It's
just
just-
Too many niggas.
blocks.
It is hella niggas out there
It's
too.
too
Bitch
many
too.
niggas.
But it's just I don't know. It don't give me a home vibe. Like
Mhm.
if I'm feeling like I'm gonna move somewhere, like to live. Like for example, when I go to Houston, I always get good vibes down there. Like I don't go down there just to club all the time. When I first started going down there, yeah. But now it's like I got family and friends there. Like food, fire, like shit like that. And
You
it's
know, like
always
how they
something to
enjoy
do.
the city outside
yeah,
of like partying.
Exactly. I feel like if I can do that, then it'll be cool.
So I noticed on your recent single, "Give Me Head,"
Hmm.
that it has like somewhere around 13 to 20,000 views.
Yeah.
What was that again, Joe?
Give me head.
All
Give me head.
Type shit.
Yeah.
Don't bail him out. I'm trying to put him on
Yeah,
first.
like-
I knew you didn't want to say
Yeah,
it.
I was like, I'm not gonna look at you and say this. So I was like, let me look.
What was that one lyric you said you loved earlier?
Oh, from on the radar.
It was
Yeah,
nut in my kidney or something like
Yep.
that.
yeah.
Yeah. That's his favorite shit. He was just telling us.
Grease.
You know, we was
Grease.
watching. You know, we was watching. And I like how the video just cut off right there
Yeah.
after that line. too.
Everybody was saying in the comments like, "Whoa, y'all just gonna cut it off right there?" Like,
Like I know
It's the best part.
there's a whole nother part of the freestyle y'all just cut off. Why'd y'all cut it right
It's the
there?
best part.
oh shit, yeah, I be saying some wild shit. I be fucking.
So how so when you see your video, because you look at your new video, it's got 13 to 20,000 views, right?
Hmm.
How do you feel about just seeing that number being where it's at?
It's crazy. That was my first video as Sleazyworld Skyy, and it was my most viewed video. So it was dope as fuck. Like
Because your videos always did like good numbers.
they
Like,
always did
if-
decent.
If
They
you're a
always hit
local
the
artist
1,000.
and that has like over 1,000 views, like that's
Mhm.
pretty good.
Hell yeah. So that was crazy. I was super grateful for that. And then went up pretty fast. I mean, of course, like videos still go up over time, but
Yeah.
in that first, I think it was like a week or so was when I hit 10K on it. So I was like, damn, like I celebrate all the small wins. Like
As
I
you
don't
should.
care.
That's
like,
not even
you
a
know
small
what I'm
win.
small to big, like I celebrate everything, and I try to really preach that to the team too, because like Two Eyes and Sleeves, they've been doing it for so long, like they really are in the industry, and I be telling them like y'all still need to celebrate like
Mhm.
everything that y'all are doing, because all that stuff matters, all that stuff is important. Like
Like achievements that not every artist gets.
Yeah.
Like if you just casually getting plaques at your crib, like you still gotta
Mhm.
celebrate that.
Yes,
like that's not
yes.
just anything after a
I
certain
think
while.
that shit is so dope. So I preach that to the whole label. Like we gotta celebrate. Like I'm big on celebrating everything. When when the sleazy day went good, I'm like, we need to go out.
like
Like
this
we
is
need
the
to
celebration.
We should do
Like,
something.
what are
Yeah,
we
they
doing?
like, bro, like Sky. Like,
This has been a
calm
long
down.
day.
I'm like, bro, we did that shit. Like
Yeah.
that shit was dope. All the artists came through. Like everybody from out of town pushed up. Like I just think all
Like,
that
y'all
shit
had
is
some
dope.
like there was some like low key heavy hitters here, like Rob
Rob
49,
49,
Skilla Baby,
Gloss Up, K
Gloss Up.
Carbon, K Camp, shit.
Block Boy.
Block Boy,
Yeah.
yeah. It was dope as fuck. So everything going smooth like that, I'm like, yeah, we gotta turn up when everybody leave. Like that shit was dope.
We gotta go celebrate more.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
Just had a whole birthday party.
Facts, facts.
So how's Sky gonna celebrate when she gets her first plaque?
Ooh wee, it's giving Bora Bora. Crazy.
We
like,
buying out Bridgers like
yeah, like, no, we just
Bridgers.
talked about Bridgers.
Bridges.
Oh shit, not the port. I'm so
Not the port.
weak. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably call my mama. That's gonna be the first thing. I'm gonna call my mama. She gonna be cause she be knowing what's going on. But like, for example, when I said I was on the radar and I told her what it was and everything, okay, baby girl, I'm happy for you. But she don't really be knowing.
Knowing
like,
for real.
yeah,
Like,
you
nah,
know,
Drake
like-
had one of these.
Yeah. So
I'm in
it's
front of that
like-
sign.
Yeah, so I be having to explain to her stuff like that sometimes. But I always tell my mama everything. So that'll probably be the first thing I do. And then I'm definitely going out of town. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know where I'm
immediately.
going. Yeah, immediately. We're booking those flights. Like, celebrate, come back home.
We're
get
going to
another one.
Atlanta. No,
Who in Atlanta?
we're going to Atlanta.
Yeah, I think it's super cool because I think a week after your On the Radar came out, D-Walk's On the Radar came out, and I just thought that was such a cool little moment for Kansas City.
Hell yeah.
And this has been like a snowball effect of just like little moments like that. So when you look at Kansas City artists and you see like, you're one of the people in the forefront that's like, going to the next level. Like how do you feel being from Kansas City and just being able to represent the city and the music scene here at the level you do right now?
I think it's really just a blessing. Like, I always felt like I was gonna make it or I was gonna do something. I just never knew how the fuck it was gonna happen. So to kind of piggyback off what you said, being in that first lineup of the people like kind of not getting out the city, but like taking off and getting more worldwide recognition, it just feels good. Like it makes you feel like your hard work is paying off. Like I'm in the right direction. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like all the good things and all the positive things that are happening, like all the achievements. If I was in the wrong field or if it was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing, it wouldn't be happening. So it just gives me reassurance that I'm in the right field and that I'm doing what I love, and I just feel grateful.
As you should. It's been a great start to the year.
It has.
And so when you have the kind of start you've had so far to 2024, like how do you continue to raise it to the next level?
Yeah. Consistency, because I'm not all the way where I want to be at as far as streams and platforms I want to hit, shows I want to do. Like, so really just taking everything that I've done so far and just applying it to other cities. Like, you know how, for example, On the Radar is a huge platform, but like what's the biggest platform in Philly, for example, or stuff like that. Like I want to do all that shit. So it's like,
so you really trying to do the old school, like I'm hitting all the markets.
I want to do
doing
all that.
everything
That
you
would
need
be
me to
dope.
do.
And I feel like in today's society with music, like all those platforms and doing things the authentic way is dope as fuck. And I'm gonna always do like my little shit that way too. But really, like the networking and knowing other people, knowing the people in those other cities, like that's part of it that makes it fun. Like, because you get to go out of town and see who knows who, and you just never know who the fuck you gonna run into. Like, you never fucking know. So I think that's another dope part of it. Just expanding, meeting new people. Like, what can I do for you and what can you do for me? Like,
how can we elevate together?
How can we elevate together?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where, with a crazy start like this, it's like 2024 started crazy. January was a crazy ass month.
Yeah.
And then everybody's birthday, damn near the whole Sleazy gang, our birthdays are in January. So
motherfuckers was tired by the month. By the time the month ended,
yeah, we was tired. But
I don't
want to
kick it no more.
But it's like, shit, that's how it's gonna be probably for the rest of our lives. Like January just gonna be cracking. So really just expanding, like doing what we did in January every month in different ways is how I'm looking at the rest of the year.
So just get turned up more.
Turns up more.
So you just dropped the EP in January, correct?
I
Or did it
did-
drop in like late December?
I dropped one. When my last EP dropped more towards the fall. I just been dropping.
That shit drop in the fall?
I haven't dropped nothing since then.
What?
Mm-mm.
I feel you must drop a lot of shit. I feel like I just see your music a lot.
I've posted a lot of snippets.
Like you stay active.
Hell yeah.
And that's one thing I noticed about like what Sleazy does really well is that he's really good at posting snippets like through social media and making like little videos to him and whatnot, and then that's how they'll get hot.
Yep.
And so it's like you following that kind of like you've been on that same path.
I don't like when people just throw album on any type of project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't mind doing singles, EPs, mixtapes for like the next year or so. You know, I probably won't call something an album until it's an album. Like I don't know what it's gonna
like
be.
you
but
feel like this is a body, this is an album.
yeah. So I'm cool with mixtapes. I love mixtapes. I love EPs and I love dropping singles. So
And it's like you could do those more in succession too.
Mhm.
Since they're just like 3-4 track EPs, you
Right.
can drop another 4-track EP.
exactly.
And it won't be like you're overindulging your fan base.
Exactly. I don't want to overkill my fan base with just too many drops or stuff like that. So
Mhm. So we haven't dropped no music yet in 2024.
Not yet.
That's crazy. It's like it's been a hot year for you so far.
it feels like that too because I have so much new music sitting in the vault. So it's like, to me, I feel the same way. Like I have so much stuff just sitting there, but that's also something that I'm grateful for. Like if I'm in the mood to record something new, I can just go record it. Or if I'm like, I want to drop today, pull something out the vault, drop it. CEO, is this cool? You like this? Try this one. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll put that out. Type shit.
Just that quick.
That quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's dope. I'm glad to hear you finally got a team behind you that trusts and believes in you,
Yes.
and just lets you do you, but also guide you in the right direction to help elevate as well.
definitely.
It's gonna be lit to see like how the rest of this year plays out because we're gonna get music, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. We haven't had
Yeah.
nothing dropped this year. Apparently, I didn't know that. It felt like it's just been a hot year.
Because it feels like to me like that the song I did on the radar, people still been asking about that. Like, when is that gonna be on platforms? Because we went out there in November.
Yeah, I remember you
mean,
guys like posted those pictures like
Yeah.
some months ago.
It was in November, and then it was crazy because their representative texted me and was like, "It's coming out on January 4th." And I said, "Girl, that's my birthday." And she was like, "Is it for real?" She was like, "We didn't even know." So I'm a signs girl. I'm like, I take everything as a sign. I'm like, that's a sign. Like, I'm like, it's gonna go crazy. And now we almost at 300K.
Yeah,
So everything is just wild.
just happened how it's supposed to happen.
Facts.
It's gonna be ill. Well, it's Miss Skyy, Sleazyworld Skyy, I should say. It's been an honor, you know what I'm saying? First guest of 2024 on the Yadda Yadda podcast. Who better than Miss Sleazyworld Skyy? So before we go, what song we about to hit him with from Sleazyworld Skyy?
Y'all about to hear the You Know It freestyle. And yeah, it's lit. It's one of them ones.
So we about to get into it right now. Real quick, man. Thank you for coming by, Sleazyworld Skyy. You know, you always welcome to come back whenever you're ready.
Thank y'all for having
When
me.
the time right. If y'all don't know, I'm the kid Joe Cornell.
No, so.
And of course, Sleazyworld Skyy. Until next time, y'all, we out. It's the Yadda Yadda podcast.
Ooh, Switch is the label. Rebo.
Yeah, yeah.